It happened without warning. There was no shimmering portal, no mad scientist flipped a forbidden switch. One moment, the world was as we knew it. The next, it was not. On a quiet Tuesday morning, a herd of triceratops appeared in the vast plains of Montana. Their great three-horned heads rose above the wheat fields. Close up on horns and skin, titans of flesh and bone. Not fossils, not ghosts, they were alive. The world held its breath, people silent, screens alight. News channels flickered with impossible images. These were not clever fakes. These were not movie magic. Dinosaurs had returned. Reports flooded in from every corner of the globe. A solitary brachiosaurus waded through the shallow waters of the Amazon River. Its long neck reached for the highest branches. Pterosaurs, leathery wings the size of small airplanes. They soared over the cliffs of Dover. Terrifying shadows crossed the ground below. This was not an invasion. The Earth's ecosystems buckled under the strain of these new inhabitants. These were not just animals, they were biological forces of nature. A single Tyrannosaurus rex, the ultimate predator, claimed a territory the size of a small state. It hunted the great bison of North America. It stalked the moose in the northern forests. Apex predators that had ruled for millennia were suddenly no longer at the top of the food chain. Grizzly bears became prey. Siberian tigers became prey. They became prey. The T-Rex was a hyper-carnivore, an eating machine of terrifying efficiency. The herbivores were just as disruptive, if not more so. Imagine a herd of Argentinosaurus, each one as heavy as a dozen elephants, moving through a forest. They were living bulldozers. They consumed vegetation on an industrial scale. Entire forests that had stood for centuries were stripped bare in a matter of weeks. They cleared pathways through the densest jungles, creating new plains where none had existed before. Rivers were rerouted by their immense weight as they crossed. They were ecological engineers, reshaping the landscape in their colossal wake. Humans, who had long seen themselves as masters of the natural world, were now just another part of a much more dangerous food web. The line between the wild and civilization blurred, then vanished completely. Dinosaurs did not respect our boundaries. A pack of velociraptors learned to navigate the suburbs, velociraptors slipping through backyards, stalking quiet residential streets. Garbage cans became feeding troughs. Pets disappeared. Neighborhood sounds replaced by eerie chirps and pack calls. A walk to the corner store became a life-threatening gamble. Our infrastructure was not built for dinosaurs. Triceratops charging and flipping a truck. Highways turned into death traps. A stampede of hadrosaurs trampling cars and blocking roads. Imagine the chaos. Bridges groaning and collapsing under unexpected weight. Brachiosaurs tearing down power lines, plunging cities into darkness. Our concrete and steel world proved fragile. Mosasaurus snatching fishing boats, beaches closed, global shipping in chaos. In the skies, pteranodons became an aviation threat. They were not birds. Pteranodons colliding with passenger jets, catastrophic risk. In the chaos, a radical idea took hold. If dinosaurs could return naturally, could we, control their return? The ghost of Jurassic Park, once a thrilling fantasy, became a terrifyingly real possibility. Corporations and rogue states saw an opportunity. Not to preserve, but to profit to weaponize. If we could understand the event that brought them back, perhaps we could replicate it. The race to decode this resurrection event began. It was a new arms race, but the weapons were not nuclear. They were biological, alive, and honestly very, very hungry. Genetic engineering, once a field of medicine and agriculture, entered a dark new era. Scientists captured smaller dinosaurs. They sequenced their DNA. They sought to understand the blueprint of these ancient life forms. The goal was not simply to study them, it was to modify them. To create dinosaurs that were faster, stronger, more intelligent. Imagine a Tyrannosaurus bred for combat. Its already formidable power enhanced by modern science. It was the ultimate biological weapon, a nightmare realized in a laboratory. The hubris of humanity knew no bounds. The return of the dinosaurs is a paradox. It is a thing of incredible beauty and, unimaginable horror. To see a Stegosaurus, its back plates glowing in the sunset, is a privilege no human has ever known. It is a connection to a deep geological past that we had only ever touched through stone and bone. The world is more majestic, more full of wonder than it was before. We have been given a window into a lost world, a chance to witness the Earth in its most magnificent and untamed state. This is a miracle, but it is a miracle that is killing us. The wonder of seeing a living dinosaur is balanced by the terror of being hunted by one. Our civilization, our entire way of life, is fundamentally incompatible with their existence. We cannot share a planet with them, not in the long term. The global economy is collapsing. Food chains are in ruins. Billions of lives are at risk. Their reappearance is both the most amazing thing to ever happen and the greatest catastrophe we have ever faced.